Good morning. Welcome to the Marketplace Connection. I am so excited this morning. I know it shows I can't hide it. I'm not trying to hide it. This is our first broadcast of the year 2019. We have been on a hiatus. And for those of you that have never joined my broadcast, welcome to the Marketplace Connection. Welcome, my Saturday morning connectors. I am so excited to be back with you. So happy that we have this opportunity to come back to you wherever you are on your laptops, on your iPads, on your iPhones. I am so excited. Again, I am Linda Hunt, and we have a wonderful show planned for you. And we are so excited to be able, once again, to bring you what we believe God has given us in the area of the marketplace, connecting you to the marketplace and connecting the marketplace to you. And we believe that our assignment, our task is to bring you people from every strata, every sphere of the society. And those people, we believe, will be the kind of people that you can see and mirror yourself in. And today I have a wonderful guest with me. I am so excited about this woman of God, because she is so diverse in all of the things that she does. And we're going to talk about all of those things. And we hope that you will find some of these things that are useful for you, because she is an administrator non-par. I tell you, she is a administrator. The virtual administrator is what I call her. And I am so excited to have with us Shanita Winnice, is that how you spell it?
Winnice Gary.
All right, Gary. And that was my maiden name.
Oh, really? Maybe related. Small world.
But I'm so excited to have you today, Shanita. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
To the Marketplace Connection.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Hey.
excited to be here.
All right. Well, as I said before, Shanita has a business. When I met this young woman, she wasn't, I don't even think you were in business at that time, or if you
It was just an idea.
It was just an idea. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Took an idea, she made it and brought it into fruition. She worked on her dream, she worked on her vision, and now she is actually doing what this was what, about maybe 5-6 years ago?
It was maybe 4, because I've been in business now three
years.
years.
Okay. Well, I think I met you might have been about 5 years ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll talk about some of the things when I first met her, what she was doing, and the ideas that she had, and how she brought it into fruition. Her business is the Optimal Virtual Solutions. Is that correct?
Staffing. No, staffing
solution. Okay.
Yeah,
Optimal
you had the question about the
virtual staffing solution. Okay.
And there's no S on solution, because we're the only solution.
Okay. All right. You heard that. She's the only solution. So for those of you that need someone to do all the things, and we'll tell you some of the things that she does. I mean, her background is so diverse. Her bio is so extensive. I really don't have time to read it all, but I'm going to hit some major points on her bio. Shanice Winnice Gary was determined to align her passion with her purpose. Shanita strives to empower others to succeed, whether it's helping people to optimize their business operations or improve their communities. She is sought after in various settings. And along with being a community activist, she is a founder and lead efficiency director of Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution LLC, and founder and executive director of Our Own Wall Street nonprofit organization. She has many organizations. I mean, this lady, I don't know. We're going to find out, how do you have time to do all that you do? But she is a part of the NAWBO, NAWBO / Excel, as a trustee on the board of directors. She's also served and has served in various capacities in the political arena. She has been the one of the executives assistants to Mayor Dugan, and she just, has been recognized by the U.S. Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, and recently awarded the 2018 Most Valuable Entrepreneur by the Court magazine. So she has so much going on, I tell you.
Sounds like a lot.
She has been elected as a precinct delegate by under the 13th Congressional Democratic District, represented by our own ex-Congressman John Conyers. And so Shanita is she has her hands in so many different things. And so we just thank God for your life, for your tenacity. She is also, and we'll talk a little bit about how I first met her when she was a leader in the Brown Girls, Pretty Brown Girls, and she was a club leader. And so she also has a desire to help young Black women aspire and achieve their goals. And certainly she is definitely a role model. So again, I welcome you to the Marketplace Connection.
Thank you.
So Shanita, the virtual administrator, non-par. My first question to you is, how do you find time to do all of these things? What do you do? How do you your time?
My time management.
Yeah,
well,
your time
now,
management.
Especially because I'm an entrepreneur, I kind of make my own schedule. So, with the assistance of my team and my own schedule, I find a way to commit to certain, like the important meetings or whatever, where I need to take action. And most of the things are centered around maybe my daughter's schedule. So every day, I try to make sure I'm doing something where I'm learning something or giving something back. So to keep a full schedule, and because I schedule myself, I'm able to do those things now.
Yeah.
Versus when I had to check in at work every day, and then your whole evening is filled and you're exhausted. So this helps. This is much better.
Okay.
Being,
all right.
Quote unquote free, but
Okay.
still commit myself to doing other things.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know you have to keep a daily planner.
Oh yeah, without my phone, I would totally be lost. I live by my calendar to make sure, plan out what I have to do for the week and just plan accordingly.
Yes.
But when you're doing things that you're really passionate about or you really love,
Yes.
it doesn't feel like all that stuff that's on the paper.
Yeah.
It just feels like, okay,
It's just a
I
natural.
need to go do this or that. And because you want to make sure that you're giving what you can to make those organizations or those people be able to move forward.
Right,
So,
right. So you're a community activist, and what are some of the things that you are doing that are you're active in your community? What are some of those things that you do?
So when Mothering Justice was like one of the first organizations that I started and discovered that it had a name of being an activist. But before, when I owned a home, in the neighborhood, people come to me. There's a problem with the people, the garbage or something. I would just find the information, call these people, call City Hall. Had no idea about government, anything. So that was already what I did. I just didn't know it had a name.
Okay.
And so with Mothering Justice, I was able to start going up to the Capitol, talking to lawmakers and seeing how to put those things in place to make it move and see how it trickles down to local government. And since then, I've just been on fire. Black Women's Roundtable, we go to DC and we talk to the lawmakers there. So that's very important to know how to get law made or, find out who's making decisions of what's going on with you. And that's how you fix a lot of things through law, policy, and just knowing who's making
Right,
that.
right. Yeah,
So,
just having the knowledge of how to go through the various steps of doing different things. A lot of us that don't know those kind of things, that you can get things done a lot easier and a
Exactly.
lot quicker. I mean, knowledge is powerful.
Yes.
And when you know how to do things, it cuts the time as far as you having to go and all of the red tape.
Yes.
And then you get
or just being frustrated and
Right.
not doing anything.
Right.
Because that's where a lot of the problems happen.
Right.
Not doing anything and not knowing that you have power
you
to
have
do
power.
something.
You have power.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've worked for our current mayor, Mike Duggan. And in what capacity were you working with Mike Duggan?
So on his first term, my title was executive administrative to the mayor. And so, of course, whatever he needs when his scheduler or whomever wasn't there, step in, do whatever he needs help with to keep him on task. And I also assisted 4 other executives on the 11th floor, which is the mayor's floor. And that was from government. That was for onboarding other executive staff. The Grow Detroit Young Talent, that was with Sean Blanchard, Brian Barnhill with the
Right.
talent,
Right.
Lisa Howes with governmental affairs. So
Mm-hmm.
I was really going, I was going up to Lansing then, and Dave Masron, which he was the deputy chief of staff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like my dream. Like I
Okay.
like variety. So,
Okay.
being able to assist all those people plus the mayor. Now when I had to assist the mayor initially, it was very stressful because I just
can
didn't
imagine.
know. But once you get past that, it's like, okay, he's like anybody else,
Okay.
and you get it done and you keep moving. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of how my company was born because,
Okay.
out of that, it's just the leadership. They always need that back end support. And if you have efficient back end support, you go out there, you look like a winner. You have it together. You're
That's
not
right.
worried about everything else
That's
that's
right.
going on.
That's right. And in any area, when you have a good administrative staff or when you have good people, I mean, it's teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
And a lot of times the people out in front, you think that they, like you say, have it all together. But if it wasn't for that team that's working behind the scenes,
Yeah.
that's helping them look good.
Yeah.
And so when they step out into the spotlight, it's because of the fact that somebody was behind the scenes that was helping them to go out there and shine. So even though you might not feel like you're getting the credit, you do. You
Yeah.
get credit every time that person goes out
And
there.
I have no problem with that because I
Yes.
recognize that I'm naturally a leader.
Okay.
So to be able to provide back end support, that's my thing because
That's right.
I like to see it executed. So it
Okay.
doesn't matter who gets the credit.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah, so I'm fine with that, and
That's right.
I like that you get more done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and even in the Word of God it says, "How can God give you that which is your own if you haven't been a support to somebody else?"
Amen.
And that's what even what I do in terms of collaboration. That's why you're here because I believe in collaboration. I believe in particularly among women because that's who I feel that my call to is to women. And we have to learn how to collaborate with one another, applaud one another, be
yeah.
happy for one another, support one another. And so I love that when you see people, and particularly women, supporting one another, and as well as supporting in your, in your field. As far as your business and in support of your church, whatever the field is, whatever it is that you're called to do, be a supporter to one another. And if
Yeah.
you do that, your business and your dreams and your plans will come together as well.
Right. Even at church, like I was part of the welcome committee. Like it was nothing
I
to
can
me
see
to.
that.
Yeah, that's like we don't want anybody on the door that's gonna be like, oh, come on in. But like I don't have to always have the title of
Right.
leader
Right.
to do the things that I want. Those are things I want to do. If I'm not doing anything that involves people, that doesn't motivate me.
Right.
So
Right.
that's probably why I like the back end part too.
But that's okay.
yeah.
That's why he pushed you out in the front.
Somebody else told me that too. Like he gonna keep pushing
That's
you
right,
in the front.
that's
You just trying to be in the back.
Time for you to get out the nest. So have you ever given consideration to running for office at any given time?
I said I didn't want to, but that's not what I'm being encouraged to say.
Okay.
So at this time, I don't have any,
Okay.
but things change, things
Okay.
happen, and God will he'll definitely let you know
Oh,
if
yeah.
that's
Okay.
your door or not.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when that time comes,
Okay.
we'll decide.
And you're community activist. I mean, that just might be the arena that he wants you in. You're the one that, that gathers information and, you're the one that,
Organize
galvanize
people.
people and get them to do, some of the things that need to be done. So, if you never ran for office in your capacity of what you are doing, it's very needed.
Exactly.
Very needed.
Yes.
Okay. So you made a statement, and I'm reading your bio, and I love this statement. I love words, and I love to
Okay.
read things that inspire me. And you made a statement that you were determined to align your passion with your purpose. Tell me about that. What did you mean about that? I want my audience to understand what passion and purpose and how they can come together and actually be birthed into what you're doing. Tell them about that.
First, I want to make sure I give credit to Raquel Harris
Okay.
for writing my bio, but I did give her
Okay.
what I wanted in there. And my passion is people.
Okay.
So I have a business where I'm actually helping people. Yes, I get paid on the business end, but like we said, my community activists and all that other stuff, that's volunteer. So I still get to touch people. So like I just said, if it's not moving someone forward, a person forward, or being able to communicate with that person, whether it's encouraging them or something, that it's no value in it to me. So my passion is people, like period. And so I was able to build a whole business around people, including my nonprofit. So that's to empower people that want to be professionals or business owners. So it's like I keep trying to make sure that I pour into other people, and make sure that they grow. Sometimes, although sometimes I go a little beyond and get empty, but that's what I know my calling is. It's people.
It's people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so your purpose, is there, do you feel that difference in the passion and the purpose? So is your passion that led you to your purpose? Or do you feel that you knew your purpose and then you had a passion? So I'm just trying to make a difference, because that's one of the areas that I believe I'm called to help women in, is to know you can have a passion for something that can be your purpose, but your passion isn't always your purpose. So can you tell me what, or define what you felt your purpose is?
Well, I felt my purpose was to use like my experience, my
Okay.
knowledge, my education to empower other people. And it doesn't have to be women, because, I have 2 sons.
Okay.
So it's people in general. But all the experience that I had, where I wonder, like, what am I doing in government? Before the mayor's office, I never did anything in government. So why am I here? Quicken loans. When you get in certain places, you wonder why you're there. And all that, all along, as you look back, that was preparing
That's
you
it.
for what you needed to do
That's
later.
That's it.
So yeah, so I've always been put in situations where I would have to learn something from scratch or started from scratch, and being able to do that like naturally now, that's what intrigues me. That's what excites me. But then I can also teach someone else and show them, so being able to have that about me and being able to teach it, so that's into the purpose, into the passion. to
Okay.
me.
Okay. Yeah, because I believe that each of us, first of all, purpose comes from God.
Yes.
He said, "I know the plans I have for you."
Yes.
So
every
yeah,
day. That's what I tell myself, because I'm
yeah.
like, why? You sure? You sure? You trust
I
me with
know
this?
the plans, and
Yes.
and like you said, you can look back over your life and you can see the pathway that He's brought you through, and you kind of look back, because sometimes you have to step back,
Yes.
and you got to get a view of, okay, what have I done, and just kind of just start assessing some of those things that you can see. Okay, and so I can see how, okay, I sold cars for 15 years, but I've always been in sales. In some capacity or another, whether it was newspaper, magazine sales, whether it was selling education, working for small schools like Ross Medical and some of the other smaller schools, and so I was an admissions rep for that, and so, but it was always in the capacity of sales, and so people would ask me, how do you do it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just.
Something that you knew was need to get done, and you did it.
Yeah, and it was just, that's where I was. But in that, I found my passion, because I was always talking, like I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I was always talking, so I recognized that my gift in the capacity that God called me was to be a communicator in some kind of way. And so, and I started noticing that, okay, so, and then, what I'm doing now, and even, what I do for the radio network is being the director of sales, so I'm still in that area, and it's like,
Yes.
I couldn't get away from it, because I used to ask God, what do you do with this
It's
sales background,
It's second nature to you.
Yeah,
That's
but
just
it's
what
second nature.
And you don't
and I
even
love
know
it.
it sometimes.
It's my passion.
Yeah.
It is my passion, because I love talking to people.
Right.
And, and my CEO used to always tell me, he and I would be out sometimes together. He said, you pick up every little piece of paper. What do you, every card, and I do. I'm picking up cards. I'm looking, I'm picking up newspapers. I'm always reading, because I'm always looking for information,
Right.
because the information is what I bring. I'm a connector. So I
Yes.
found that out about what I do. Not only am I a communicator, but I'm a connector.
Right.
So my job is to connect people to the information that God gives me. Mm-hmm. So
And
he didn't
same
give it to me for
yeah.
me. He gave it to me to give away.
Exactly. So we had the same kind of like purpose.
Right.
Like he fills you with all that knowledge because I could encourage and make people feel good all day, but if I don't have anything to help you be able to go out and
That's it.
Provide for yourself,
That's it.
then it's just talk. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So let's talk about the optimal. I want them to know about your business, the optimal virtual staffing solution. And as you said, she is the only solution. Did you hear that?
So yeah, that was supposed to be an icebreaker. When you start,
I like it.
When you start thinking about your business, you just like you can tell by the name, that's way too long for an email address. But I just really put a lot of thought into that name. So optimal means the best.
All right.
So it
All
means
right.
we're the best virtual
right.
staffing solution. And so initially we did have the S, and I took it off, and my friend was like, well, you can't have a grammar error on there and they're expecting you to assist them. I said, no, because we're going to talk about that. That's going to be the icebreaker. We're going to let them know we're the only solution. So normally people will say solutions and then we go into that conversation, and they like that. They want to know what you're about beyond the formal part.
Okay.
Some people do want to see you have a sense of humor, you have flexibility, or that you knew that wasn't the error.
Okay. So what does it mean to be, okay, we got that. Okay, the optimal. We understand that, okay, that's a term that gives you understanding that, that she has a great desire to make your business optimal, to make it great. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we understand that. Okay. So virtual. What is that? Now, that's the part that I'm not real sure. What do you mean by that?
So virtual, we're not a staff that will come into your office Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We can do what you need done from anywhere. And even if we had to come in your office to pick up something, we're not like office team. You know how they place their staff there and they're working through the day in the office. We don't do that. So QuickBooks or courier service or even event staffing or things like that, you don't need anyone in the office. So we're a service where
so you do everything over the internet for these people, and
we could do it over the computer, but like I say, event staffing, you don't have to do that. That's the physical part,
right?
So but just to recruit those people, you put it out, you maintain the spreadsheets, train orientation, all that stuff. And the business owner, she's like the former client that I had, she was able to grow like 2 or 3 other businesses because she wasn't doing the tedious small things behind the scene. And I managed the 20 people that I hired for event staff. So that took a whole load off and gave that person opportunity, to go to a whole nother level. And sometimes we work ourselves out of a job, which is okay, because we could be there to help people get started and see ideas that they've never seen. And I think a lot of small business owners, I don't know if they don't think it's okay, but that is okay because we've done what our mission
you met your goal.
Yeah, we were able there to support you to be able to have time to grow your business or spend time with your family, whatever your goal was. And that's, it's okay. And we just want to know that we did a good job, move on to another client, and we keep going, but we're never locked down to anything. And I don't want my clients to be locked down. So we do 30 days. Mm-hmm. We're in this contract 30 days together. Next month.
So it could be 30 days. It could be.
Yeah, you could stop it, pause it, whatever. Okay. So as long as you give me a 30-day notice, before the next payment is due.
So is that the least amount of time, 30 days?
30 days.
Okay.
Unless it's a project based. So if you have a project.
Right. So it could be a project. Okay.
Yeah. So your project may be on a certain day. So we may need that whole month to work up to it.
Okay.
But it'll be a one-day event.
A one-day event.
Yeah.
Okay. So a staffing solution doesn't mean that it's not like a Kelly Girl service or anything like that.
No. So
you're not hiring people and then sending them out. Your company is the one that
No, my staff is my backup to you.
Okay.
So if you needed staff, if you need someone to return calls or something, we become your company. So we're returning calls for Linda Hunt Incorporated. Just make up a name.
Yes,
I'm executive assistant to Linda Hunt. I wanted to return your call.
Thank you. You hear that, guy?
So that gives you a more polished, professional
Right.
look versus you, the entrepreneur. Oh God, I forgot to call you back. Let me call you back later.
Right.
So it keeps you on task. That's something you don't have to
A
do.
worry that you don't have
Yeah,
to be bothered with.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So listen, give them your website, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you some of the things that she does. Okay.
Okay, so our website, is Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution, and there's no S on solution.com.
Okay. Give it one more time because
Okay,
that's kind of long.
it's Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution.com.
Okay. And do you have a number or anything that
Yes,
can reach
and
you?
our phone number is 313-744-3834. And that's area code 313-744-3834.
Okay. So, Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution LLC. Efficiency is our business. That's her motto. Okay.
Yes.
And these are some of the services that are included in that: QuickBooks, courier service, administrative projects, social media, event planning, networking team, community relations, inventory and vendor management, customized services based on clients' needs. So if you have a service and it's not included in some of these things right here,
Yeah, because most of our services are created from our clients' needs.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
have so many different, services that we will do.
okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the companies that you've done some things for, if it's okay for you to
Yeah,
mention?
so like Naturalicious with Gwen
Oh
Jameer.
yeah. I know Gwen. I've had her on my show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before she had a warehouse and all that.
Right.
The warehouse or the holding place was out in Warren. She's downtown Detroit. Every Tuesday, some things had to be taken over there. And, she needed to get her son by a certain time, and she didn't have time to do it. She was like, in addition to like the admin service, would you do that for me? I'm like, you're a client. Yeah, we'll do that for you.
Okay.
So yeah, so it gets that basic. And just like the one client that I do QuickBooks for, I do the customer service and the invoicing, the reconciliation, the whole thing for it, because she has another major business, so she doesn't really have time to
do the
manage
small
the small
thing. Yeah,
business.
right.
But that's her baby and that's her passion. So I manage that, basically, making sure the invoices and the customer service part of that is done.
Okay.
So yeah, it's what you come to us with. And especially if you local, you get like more customized services because you are local. But as we grow and I get partnerships with, out of state and things like that, we'll be able to duplicate that in other states.
Okay. So you're looking to expand.
Oh, yes, most definitely. We're just
Okay.
making sure the foundation is right
Wow.
before we do that.
Wow.
Yes.
Amen.
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 Yeah.
Well, we are looking forward to hearing about where you're going, about what you're doing. I know that I want to bring that up too, that you are as far as your business is concerned, is the lead efficiency director besides being the CEO.
Yeah, so I didn't want to label myself CEO
Okay.
or whatever. I guess it's part of that humble, or you just don't want to, because I work with my team. So without my team, I cannot do
Okay.
most of the things that I do. So I am the lead efficiency director. So I bring the project in, I say, this is what we have, and this person that's strongest at this and that, we assimilate it and delegate it, and we get it done.
All right.
And so sometimes
Get
we
it
do it
done.
so fast, our clients like, is it really worth it? Because we get it done so fast, you look at it as easy. But if that's not what you do,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Organization. That's one of your.
So that's why I said
Yeah.
that sometimes we work ourselves out of a job, but
Yeah.
that's okay because we get, like hindsight, you look back, that was the experience we needed to have. That was the service we needed to provide to add it to, now we know how to do it. So yeah, so we never really, when it's time to part, initially we would get emotional because we were so close with our clients.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at ways to still keep that closeness.
Right.
But, we have to recognize that it's business.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but you get credit when you see that business. You see the marquee on the building, or you see, them on television, or you
Right.
see, the business going. You get credit for what you've done because you are part of the growth.
yes.
And
And that's what it's
yeah,
about. We
yeah.
accomplished our mission. We were able
Yeah.
to help that client to whatever point they needed to
Yeah.
get to,
Yeah.
and whatever the decision was, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so we're still happy and we're still excited, even with new clients. The different things, we're like, I don't know if that will work, but let's try it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, do you have a physical building, or you?
No, because we're virtual.
Okay.
I didn't want that overhead, and I just wanted to stay flexible. Eventually, with my nonprofit, I'll probably have to get a small suite or something. But I'm taking my time on that too. Right now, just want to build the business and not drown myself in any unnecessary debt or things like that. And if I'm going to
Okay.
be, nationwide,
Right.
I don't want to be locked to one place.
Right. So, you're planning a nonprofit?
Yes, so I've had the nonprofit maybe 2 years. So
Okay.
I'm the type of person, I work on the foundation first
Okay,
to make sure
that's
it's
it.
solid.
Make sure
so
it's
I did a
solid.
small little launch in November, and we're just waiting on the 501c3 approval.
Now, what is it?
So our on Wall Street, it doesn't
Yeah, I
have
meant to ask you about that. Yeah, what is that about?
yeah, so it doesn't have a color or a place, but the purpose of our on Wall Street is two parts. We have the entrepreneur, the professional part, and so my asks to those people are that they make sure they come to a workshop or share their gift with the community. For people who have those interests, like an actor or something like that, you come, you do a workshop. Someone that's interested, you have a action plan for them to take next to lead them to wherever they want to go in that field. And then for the community part, we're empowering them, whether they want to be business owners or leadership in their job. So we're supplying them with things like Word, Excel, accounting, just basic things that people need to be able to get, step up or move up or elevate wherever in their lives. Budgeting. I'm going to add a component for pregnant moms. And it'll just be an ongoing service. I don't have a limit with what I'll do on either nonprofit or for profit. So they're both kind of like mirroring each other. One for the community, one for a professional client.
Okay. That
So
sounds
I didn't
great.
I didn't give it a color or a place. I didn't give it Detroit. I didn't say black, because it's going to take all of us to accomplish what I'm trying to do with our own Wall Street.
Right. Wow. Well, that is great. Well, you certainly have your hands full. And tell us a little bit about, before we get out of here, a little bit about what you do with the Pretty Brown Girls. And that's with Sherry Crawley is where our first
Sherry
met.
Crawley, yeah, so
our
that's
first
where we
her.
met.
We give a shout out to you if you're watching today, Sherry Crawley. And Sherry has a movement. It's just not,
Yes, it's a
because
movement.
my granddaughter, I got the dog because I work with Sherry as well, because again, in sales
Right.
is what I do. And so I did some independent sales for her with the Pretty Brown Girl movement.
Right.
And it's a whole movement, not just a baby doll, but it has a movement for young girls to empower them, to activate them and, give them self-esteem. So tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that.
So initially, a friend of mine, she brought my daughter a Pretty Brown Girl T-shirt for her birthday.
Okay.
And I just thought that statement was like so bold and beautiful. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. So I looked it up. Being the analyst I am, like, oh, what is this? Maybe we can do something different. Then I saw it was actually a company, and the goal of what she was trying to do. So me being me, I was like, well, I reached out like, well, can I be like an ambassador, or what can I do to get my daughter involved, number one, and how can I help the organization grow? And so it went from there, and I was a club leader, and
Okay.
our first event took the girls horseback riding or something like that. And I did that for maybe 3 years.
Okay.
And then when we got to the point where you and I met, is I think where Sherry was growing the organization to like the sales or whatever.
Okay.
So my part was Detroit.
Okay.
Introducing it to Detroit, and you making sure that they were connected to Sherry if somebody wanted it. And so now it's in mostly all the schools. And, I'm not a part of it as we were before, but people still reach out to me if they need information, and I still connect them to Sherry. But
Okay.
I'll always support that. Even at Triumph when we first did it, and I think it was 20 something weeks, I volunteered. I was there every week,
Okay.
to help with the facilitators
Okay.
back end support.
Okay.
And
That's
she also
true.
used my
That's
business
true.
for certain things
Servant.
too.
You're a servant.
So whatever she ever needs with Pretty Brown Girl, I am there. But yeah,
Okay.
that's my part with Pretty Brown Girl.
Okay. Well, I tell you, this woman of God, she has so much on her plate. The one thing I love, you made another statement. You desire to be known as the person and not the business. I thought that was so profound, because you want people to know, in spite of all these things she has, on her plate and all of the things and the services that she does, but it's about her person, and personally, she has
Yes.
a personal touch that she wants to bring to the business.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so profound.
Yeah, I never want anyone to think like, she's this now. You can't approach me.
Untouchable, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you miss some great opportunities or great people. When it becomes that. And that's not what it's about. I could be the secret billionaire. Nobody even has to know that I own the company. I'm fine with that. But I always want people, in a certain capacity, be able to reach out to me if I can help them do something.
Okay, give them your give them your website again, give
Okay.
them your telephone number again,
Okay.
and so people will know exactly who you are, where you are. If you need her services, please, get in touch with this woman, get in touch with her so she can help you with your plans and, and all of the things that you can be more efficiently, suited for the job that God has called you to. So we want you to get in touch with her one more time. Tell them the name of your business.
Okay, and is the name of my business is Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution, and our website is Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution, .com. Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution.com, and our phone number is 313 8. I'm sorry, I was about to get myself on that.
I know I do that.
313-744-3834.
Okay.
Area code 313-744-3834.
All right. Well, that is Optimal Virtual Staffing Solution, the only solution to any of the situations, problems, anything you have. You do wedding planning too?
We have Julian Madison Building was my first client, so we did bar
Okay.
mitzvahs, we did all that. Yeah,
right.
every party you could think of, because that was
Okay.
the event space.
Okay.
So yep, we did all that, restore the space back to its regular conditioning, from event management, everything.
Okay.
So
well,
yes,
if you
and I
need-
really appreciate you having me on today.
Oh,
So
it was
thank
my
you. Look,
pleasure.
5 years later, and you thought
That's
about me.
right. That's right. I'm telling you, God puts things right in your path. I didn't even have to look for it, and I knew I do. I was doing the show today for the first time, but your card was right there on my desk, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to look for her. And then when I called her, and she obliged me and said, that she was ready, that she would do it. She's going out of town, and I caught her before she got ready to fly out of here. But I want to, before I leave today, I want to mention, as you can see in front of me, the product and my book is out now. We are Amen Sister, as you can see. It is on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble. And I just want, for those of you that haven't gotten the book, I need you to get the book, okay? And it is going to be a blessing to you. I've had reviews of people to tell me. One of the girls that told me that has been part of my broadcast before, and she said, my mom reads your book every day. And so this is a book of empowerment, encouragement, and hope for women around the world, because we believe that it is a book not just for people and women here. It's not just for women of color. It's for any woman. And we all have things that we can associate and say that we have gone through some of these things. We've raised children, we've been married, or whatever the case may be. But it is blended with my personal testimony of tests and trials, losses and victories. It's meant to bring hope to the hopeless, faith to the faithless, love to the loveless, a life to the lifeless, positioning you to win. You are a winner, woman, and we want you to know that we got some things planned this year for the Amen Sister Gathering, and we want to pour into you. We're going to get Shanita to one of our gatherings because we believe that we believe in collaboration. We believe in supporting one another. And we're going to have women that we believe that are interested in finding out, what is my purpose? What am I here for? You're more than just a wife. You're more than just a job. You're more than just a mother. God has a plan for your life. And the purposes and plans that God has for your life are good and not evil. And so it's time for you to step out into what God has called you to do and into the plans and the purposes. So we're here to help you birth. I'm just a midwife to help you get it out, to get it going. This is the greatest hour, the greatest season, I believe, right now. For you to step out into your purpose and the plans that God has for you. And we are called to activate. I'm not here to just, motivate. I'm not here just to make you feel good, but I am here to help you birth it. Actualization is what the word the Lord gave me, and it is time for you to actualize those plans. So get my book, Amen Sister. You can find it again on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, or you can email me at Hunt, like my last name, Hopeful. That's one word, hunthopeful60@yahoo.com. You can reach me as well at 313-828-7190. I will mail it out. If you're here, I'll autograph it for you and send it to you. So we want you to get this book, okay? And so we just thank God again for you.
Okay, and I'll definitely get it.
All right, amen. And so we thank God for you today, my listening and viewing audience. I am so in love with you. I am so happy to be back with my Sunday morning connectors, as I call you. And we are going to be here every week, like we've always been, and we will be bringing you what we believe the best of the best to help you change your life. So we want you to stay connected, and we will see you again next Saturday, same time, same station at 11 a.m. That's the new time. We'll see you then. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. You have won the victory. Lift up your voice and say